Roman citizens didn't pay Roman taxes. Only citizens of nations subject to Rome had to pay Roman taxes. So too, members of a king's family didn't have to pay taxes levied by the king. These facts help clarify today's gospel reading. Jewish converts to Christianity still met and prayed in the temple, but they wondered about their obligation to pay tax, the temple tax. Matthew answers by noting that Jesus paid the temple tax in his lifetime, even though he was God's son and was exempt, so to speak. They should pay tax too, lest they cause scandal. Now, Matthew's point is a good one. Our criteria for doing something should not be whether we have an obligation or not. It should be, what does love seem to ask of us in this particular situation? Today, the church celebrates the memorial of Saint Maximilian Kolbe. He was a priest imprisoned in Auschwitz concentration camp. And there was one prisoner who attempted to escape. And to give lessons for those who would like to go to escape, the officer chose 10 among the prisoners to be executed. And there was one guy who was so, he seemed to be so sad, lonely, one of the 10. And so Father Kolbe approached the guard if he could trade off with that somebody. And the guard, of course, agreed, and they exchanged the number. And Father Maximilian Kolbe was one of the 10, and he was martyred at that situation. So, in that situation, maybe it might be a kind of a scandal for the priest, Maximilian, to see that family man die instead of him. So he did not count his life. What he counted, what he saw, was the suffering of the family and the suffering of this man who is not ready to die. And so, sometimes in our lives, we have this kind of situation that sometimes this is what we are ought to do, but sometimes we choose the other things out of love. Of course, Maximilian Kolbe loves God. That's why he was imprisoned, of his resolve to really do what is good. So that's why in our daily lives, we have this. We have the teachings, everything. We have this must do and must not. But when it comes to love, Jesus have all these parables, teachings about love, because during his days, the Pharisees, the scribes, the elders, they were so conscious of meticulously doing the law. And Jesus came to teach them that that love of God is sometimes, oftentimes, beyond what you will see at the law. And what is amazing here also with Maximilian Kolbe is that he died. The church put him in August 14. Why? I do not know. But tomorrow is the solemnity of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And in the history or biography of Maximilian Kolbe, he was a strong devotee to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And so he says his feast, his memorial, is very, very close to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And again, almost all the saints love the Blessed Virgin Mary. One thing that we could also learn from Maximilian Kolbe, and of course, we know, of course, Saint Pope John Paul II. He was also one of the promoter of the devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. So thank you, and here we always honor the Blessed Virgin Mary, who teaches us how to love and to act out of love